So I don't know if this works, but I hope it does. Today there's once again going to be a video without a video. And it's going to be only voice, and I know it might not be the best thing for the YouTube viewers, but it is good for me in terms of time management, and it is also good for me in terms of, I don't know, like time management in terms of being fast, and that's quite it. And also, it's good for me because I don't have to be in the same space as I'm normally. So I'm once again in front of my closet, which is a bit, I think at least, more silent and a little bit not that noisy compared to me sitting in front of my computer and probably shouting around like a fucking dumbass. But anyway, we're going to go through some quotes once again, but today it's not going to be about stoicism per se, but it is also going to be about philosophical quotes in general. So we are on the yourtango.com site apparently, and the article is called 50 philosophical life quotes from famous philosophers to inspire and motivate you. I'm actually very sorry. Tomorrow is going to be a rest day for me in terms of working out, which is going to give me quite a lot of time, and I do hope that I'm going to be as disciplined as I should be and go to bed relatively early so that I get a bit of sleep, so that I can also do something pretty amazing on Saturday, because today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. And yeah, I'm pumped for the weekend because I'm actually pretty exhausted from this week. But yeah, anyway, Pastor Charles R. Swindoll once said that life is 10% action and 90% reaction. That's always hits home for me because when you think about it, life really is all about perception. Life can be tough, so you've got to be careful what you feed your mind and soul. Daily inspiration and motivation can come from a lot of places, but what better place to look than to the words from some of the world's famous philosophers? Or the world's most famous, yes, philosophers. In this digital age, we are saturated with social media posts galore, whether they are about getting over your ex, motivating yourself to get in the gym, motivating yourself to pursue your passions, separating your fake friends from your real ones. We see hundreds of quotes, memes, and tweets each day telling us each how to live our best life. How can we know which pieces of advice are any good and which we should probably just ignore? In my opinion, a good place to start is by taking inspiration from people who devoted their lives to studying and understanding the human condition, so philosophers. And I actually do have to say that back in the days I thought, well, philosophers are just, full of shit, and why are they so famous? And if you've been studying philosophy, like, fuck you, and all of that stuff. But I gotta have to be honest, I think that philosophy is one of the greatest things there is. I wouldn't necessarily say, though, that I'm gonna study it just because, job expectations aren't that nice. Maybe I'm gonna do it just because I can in the future if I do have the time and resources and energy and whatnot. But at that point of time, it wouldn't make that much sense for me, though. But yeah, after all, some people believe that the quotes we see, read, and hear on a regular basis may subconsciously affect the way we perceive our lives. So why shouldn't we just go for people that really know their shit, aka philosophers? To help you find some much needed inspiration, we rounded up 50 of the best philosophical life quotes from famous philosophers. We hope you find them as inspiring, motivating, and hopeful as we do. The first one is, never let someone tell you you're loving too hard. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. From Bertrand Russell. Which I totally actually believe is a fucking great thing and a fucking important thing. Because love is amazing, and I do understand that when somebody was heartbroken or got heartbroken, that this person isn't willing to immediately get back into love just because it hurts. It really does. And I really do understand that then, that you are a little bit of a just more distant person, that you're not going to fall in love as quickly, and that you're not going to just love somebody as quickly, and which could kind of backfire as well, because I don't know, some people might get hurt because of that, which is definitely not amazing. And I don't know, like there has to be a day, or there has to be a point in your life where you have, or where you're able again to love and share your love. The second point is, or the second quote is, being in control makes the average person happier. Happiness is the feeling that power increases, that resistance is being overcome by Friedrich Nietzsche. Instead of always indulging in your desires, you need limits on those desires to be truly happy. I have learned to seek my happiness by limiting my desires rather than in attempting to satisfy them. From John Stuart Mill. I don't know if I should always just read that, a little bit of an introduction thingy thing. I don't actually feel like that, so yeah, well, I'm not gonna do it. I've learned to seek my happiness by limiting my desires rather than in attempting to satisfy them. I think it just really does make sense, but it is kind of just the complete opposite of something that a lot of those motivational things and people and quotes and pictures and memes and whatnot say on Instagram, which is going for your dreams and just really having high dreams and big dreams and maybe also high expectations, even though this is probably not that of a good thing, but big goals is a good thing. It is something that I've been talking about for just probably 1.5 years now, but I believe that if you do have big goals, then the possibility and or the chance is way, way, way higher that you're able to just miss the goal, but really strike something or hit something that's really, really, really close to it. Compared to you being like, well, I'm going to have a really small goal and I'm going to settle my goal very just quote unquote realistically. And yeah, I mean, the thing is, the chances might be higher and better and whatnot that you actually achieve your goal. But the thing is, if you don't hit it and you miss it, then you're going to be in a fucked up place, because then you're just like really, really in some low thing area, which is not good compared to, as I said, to a really big goal, a really just high thing and whatnot, that if you don't hit it, you're still going to hit very high and you're still going to have something pretty cool. It's not going to be your goal, but it's still going to be something that's fucking amazing. The next one. Is this the next one? Yeah, it is the next one. The secret of happiness, you see, is not found in seeking more, but in developing the capacity to enjoy less, by Socrates. And I would say, yeah, it just makes sense. But even though it just also is kind of the same thing as before, but I do want to point out something. It does make sense. It really does make sense that, okay, if it is very difficult to meet certain expectations or to satisfy certain things and or whatnot, then okay, just lower the expectations and not lower the standard, lower the capacity, lower the whatnot. So that you are able to actually fill your tank of happiness and or whatever we're talking about. It makes sense. But on the other hand, just the same thing that I've been talking about before, like, I don't know, big goals is a cool thing. But yeah, in terms of this one, it is not actually the same thing as the one before, so it's not found in seeking more. Do we really need more? Do we need another car? Do we need another computer? Do we need another phone? Do we need another just pair of trousers? Do we need another whatever? And yes, I guess there is no pair of trousers, isn't it? We don't need more. Maybe we need it more intense, but maybe not more, which is kind of, I think, very, very, very much associated with materialistic things. And something that I've been more or less more consciously thinking about is the fact that, well, let's go for experiences. Let's not go for materialistic things. So I shouldn't buy myself this new pair of shoes, even though it would be kind of handy. And I'm not going to buy this and that and these and those, unless it is food. Food is kind of something different, even though it might just only be for my quote unquote cheat days, when I just go buy some things. But still, I mean, why do I need more materialistic things when I could actually have a very great experience of, I don't know, me driving to another country, me just doing something else, me whatever, or just with another person, and not just giving something else to another person. I mean, it is amazing. But still, of course, we need certain things, and still, of course, it also feels good if you just splurge on certain materialistic items. But still, I do think it is better invested in, or your money is better invested in experiences rather than materialistic items. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. Confucius. Good things typically come from positivity, which is kind of their maybe explanation or whatnot. So the more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. Yeah, have good thoughts. I mean, positive thinking is, and I just really believe that nobody is, I don't know, saying something against that. It is a huge thing, and it is a huge part of being happy and or being fulfilled and feeling good, I would say. And I don't know why, but I just remember being in London, which I've been, I think, 3 years ago. Pretty interesting holiday though, and pretty interesting time, but still fucking amazing. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. By Seneca. Is this actually the second one by Seneca? No, it was Socrates. So appreciating what you have helps you not think about the things you don't have. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. And I do want to say, yes, totally the fucking case. I mean, if you're happy with whatever you have, then yeah, you're not going to seek for more. And you're going to have a better life because you don't need more. You don't have to work for more because you're already happy with what you have or grateful with what you have, or you just appreciate what you have. Live in the present. I'll save you some heartache. It will save you some heartache. If you're depressed, you're living in the past. If you're anxious, you're living in the future. If you're at peace, you're living in the present, by Lao Tzu. And indeed, this is something that I've recognized yesterday and the day before. Me being a little bit unhappy about the fact that I could have done things a bit better. And I am a bit stressed out just because it is a bit of a stress thing. And I don't really know if I'm going to be able to just solve my problem entirely. But, thinking negatively about the future or kind of complaining about the past is not going to make anything better. It's not going to make any fucking thing better. So what is the point of that? There's no point in doing that. So yeah, just let's stop doing that. Life isn't perfect, so don't act like it. It's just fine. Life isn't perfect, so don't act like it is. Just live. And this quote is by Soren Kierkegaard or something. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. And yeah, which I think does also kind of have something to do with accepting whatever situation you're in. Because yeah, I mean, if there's no problems to solve, then I don't know, it might just be about accepting what the current situation is like. They say that when you stop looking for something in life, that is when it comes to you. Happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it will come and sit softly on your shoulder. By Henri David Thoreau or something. But I actually think it is Henri or Henry. But I guess it's French. I don't know. Could actually definitely be the case. The thing is, yeah. I don't know, if you constantly think about and focus on something, then, it is, the interesting thing is, this is also something that I've been talking about back in the days, in the really early days of the podcast, for quite some time, like something being the byproduct of something. And I guess it might have been getting rich being the byproduct of working on something that you actually like to work on and you're passionate about. And yeah, which kind of also makes sense, So yeah, it might also be the exact same thing about happiness. Like, okay, happiness is just a byproduct of, I don't know, fulfilling your purpose or just something else. Actually, something that I should be thinking more about. This might be the last one, but I don't know. Never let hate consume you, by Confucius once again. If you hate a person, then you are defeated by them. Yeah, don't hate. I'm actually not a big fan of hating anybody. I don't hate anybody, but still, I gotta actually have to be a little bit more, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I feel like, well, it is okay to not like somebody, because it totally is. But still, I don't know anybody that I don't like. But of course, there is certain traits and there is certain things and there's certain whatever that I just don't like. But yeah, I as well have to make my mind up for that. And then I'm gonna tell you what I've figured out. And let's just check out what the time is, because I actually can't really tell. 17 minutes. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna end the episode there. I wish you the best health, happiness, and all success, and also hope that you're gonna remind yourself and you're gonna be remembered, which basically means your legacy, and basically means just being a nice person, and then being remembered as a nice person, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. 3 other questions that I have for you are: why are you here? What are you trying to change? And what is bothering you the most? These 3 questions are hopefully going to show you your purpose and maybe even a business idea, which is a pretty fucking cool thing. Yeah. One other question that I have for you is: what could you essentially say to another person that is indeed going to change their life? Because I totally believe that we all can say something. And yeah, so why don't we do that? But yeah, anyway. I wish you the best. Please take care of yourself, your family, and your friends and loved ones. And I'm hopefully going to see you the next time. So bye-bye, and thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. And I do think my neck cramps, which is a very weird feeling. Or I have some other issue. I don't know. Bye-bye.